bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let him in. Ooh, yeah. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door, let him in. Yeah, let him in. Susie, Brother John, Martin Luther, Phil and Don, Brother Michael, Auntie Jim, open the door up, let 'em in. Oh, yeah. Susie, Brother John, Martin Luther, Phil and Don, Uncle Ernie, Auntie Jim, open the door, let 'em in. Oh yeah, I'm knocking at the door, somebody ringing the bell. Someone's knocking at the door, somebody ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let 'em in. Ooh yeah, yeah, let 'em in now. Susie, Brother John, Martin Luther, Phil and Don, Uncle Ernie, Uncle Ian, open the door, let 'em in. Oh, yeah, yeah. Someone's knocking at the door, somebody ringing the bell. Someone knocking at the door, somebody ringing the bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let 'em in. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Make sure I am unmuted. That's always the trick with Zoom, right? Welcome, everyone, to our Sonder Social exclusive activity tonight. We will be talking about opening doors with patients. I am Maya, and you've probably, if you've been to socials before, you've seen me as the stage manager, but now I'm up front and center, and Bailey is our stage manager this evening. Yes, you can finally put a face with my name. This is very strange. I have not actually facilitated. I've only stage managed, so it's a different kind of setup, but I'm excited to be here, excited to talk with you about this idea of opening the doors. We've been working with patients all month. Can you believe it's already the 19th of October? Like, how did that happen? Totally crazy. I think Bailey has had everybody and been telling everyone to set your chat to everyone, so everyone in the Sonder fam can see what you're saying and can share. And if you have any questions, you can message her. You can kind of put, you can change that message status to just Bailey, or I think you can change it to maybe the host or something, so you can, if you need to send a private message. Otherwise, share with everybody. We do have the self-care gift raffle, and just so you know, if you are logged on tonight, you are entered in to win our monthly drawing, but we do also encourage you to take a picture during the event. You can take a picture of your screen, your journal setup, kind of as things go along, and post those on Instagram. You can tag us at Silk and Sonder. You can share in the app. We love to see those pictures in the app. And I had posted earlier. So for those of you who are on the app, you got a little sneak peek at my very non-professional drawing, my very amateur drawing of my doors. So we'll get to that. So let's go ahead and get started. And we will start talking about our patients. Get that to go. All right. So we're going to be unlocking the door, which I guess I realized I should have put some keys or something in here, but did not do that. Oh, I did also want to mention, hopefully everybody saw, they sent out an email today. There are very exciting, you can do gift certificates now for Silk and Sonder. So as you're thinking about the holiday season coming up, you can gift Silk and Sonder to people. There was also a really, really nice holiday gift basket with candles and the journal and those kinds of things. So be sure to check your email. I also tell everybody, be sure to check your spam, because a lot of times the Silk and Sonder go flying away into spam and you don't get to see it. So be sure you check on that. If you haven't seen anything about it, I know they posted some things in Instagram. You can also email our hello at Silk and Sonder, and I know Bailey will put that information for you in the chat. So tonight we are going to do a warm-up patients activity, so you can kind of warm up those thoughts about patients. Then we're going to do our main activity, unlocking the door, and then we're going to close out. We do have 45 minutes here tonight, so hopefully everyone's able to spend this time with yourself. And that's one of the things that I really like about these socials, is that we've had our Silk and Sonder fam come in, you've set aside time for yourself, you're working on the theme of the month, doing these different things. So be sure you sign up for as many events as you would like. The nice thing is they are included in your membership. So that's one of those perks, that's your membership at work. So be sure you sign up for those. And I know I see a lot of familiar names as I was watching people pop in. So it's fun to see people come back as they want to. And this is a camera on optional meeting. So you are welcome to turn on your cameras if you want. You don't have to, not a problem. This is participate at your level of comfort, right? So when I talk about patients, and we've been talking about that all month, right? I want you to think about, how patient do you consider yourself? Like, if someone were to ask you on a scale of 1 to 5, how patient are you, with 1 being, I am not at all a patient person, or 5 being, I have the patience of a saint. Type in the chat between 1 and 5 how you would rate your patience. And I want to see kind of what these numbers kind of look like. We've got a 2, a 3.5. I love people who are, 3.4. I love it. Depends on the situation. That is absolutely right. No, it's not a negative number, Hillary. I'm sure it's not. Sometimes maybe it is, but 4.23. Hopefully, maybe it's gotten a little bit. 500. Woo, Sarah, dang, super patient. Hopefully, it's gotten a little better over this month, and you'll feel even better by the end of the month because you've been doing these different things. Adele, I love that you're saying 4 finally at the age of 68, right? That is one of the things I will say that's very nice as we get older. I'm 52 and I feel like I'm much more patient now. A lot of times because I kind of don't care, right? You're like, this too shall pass, right? I can be patient and get through with that. Research has shown that people who are more patient have been found to have more positive health outcomes. They are more generous, and this is going to lead us up into November's theme. They are also found to be more compassionate. And next month, our theme is compassion. So how nice that we've been working on patience this month, and we'll go into compassion next month, and you'll be all primed for it because you will have done all that work on patience, right? I like this little quote by John Kabat-Zinn, who is a professor of stress reduction clinic at the University of Massachusetts. And I love to find people's whose names kind of are an indicator of what they do. And I feel like Zen is kind of like Zen, right? And so the Zen of patience. But he says that patience is a form of wisdom. I love that, right? I love to be told patience is a form of wisdom. It demonstrates that we understand and accept the fact that sometimes things must unfold in their own time, right? And I think that's a really nice way to kind of think about it. Things will unfold on their own time. Everything is not on our schedule, right? Things have different schedules. And so the more that we can learn how to deal with our actions, probably the happier we will be, right? So for our first activity, I want you to you can get a blank piece of paper, you can turn to one of your blank notes pages, whatever you would like. And what I want you to do is to draw a flower. It does not have to look like this flower. This was just an example flower that I found from a fun little website that has this draw a daisy lesson. I love to find little website, little tutorial kinds of things. Draw a flower with some petals, right? And on each one of those petals, write down something that you're waiting on right now, right? And then circle the petal that you are most excited about, the one thing that you're super excited to have happen. And then I want you to think about how you can manifest the outcome that you want, right? So I am going to put some music on, and I will let you draw your flower. Feel free to write in the chat. And I saw Hillary said she didn't, and Bailey got the quote. So there we go, awesome. So I'm gonna turn some music on and let you work on your flowers. Okay, I saw lots of things kind of popping up in the chat. Definitely the waiting for COVID to be a thing of the past, right? To be that thing in history that we talk about, oh, years ago, there was that thing, right? That would definitely be my wish as well. Reverend Joy Ellen, who I know has joined us on many of these socials, she's waiting for the results of her breast biopsy, and that's really not a fun time to wait, right? And so I know that we're all, your Sonder fam here is all pulling for you for everything to be okay, hoping things go well. I know there was somebody else who was going to be doing, I think Nancy is going to get her knee replacement. She's anticipating that, waiting on that, trying to, exert a little patience to wait for that. So hopefully that goes well for you. I know most people that I talk to have been very, very happy once they get their knees replaced. So definitely hang in there for that. Adele has a vacation coming up on the Oregon coast. Very exciting. Always hard to wait for those vacations to happen, and they always go by so quickly. And I know Bailey, I think, is looking forward to a vacation in Disney World. She's my counterpart. She goes to Disney World and I go to Disneyland. So hubby and I will be in land in the middle of November. So I am looking forward to that as well. That is definitely one of the petals on my flower. Kim says she can't wait until we can be around other people for that next chapter to begin. And I know some of you had kind of mentioned that maybe you were feeling a little stuck. The things that you put on your petals, you were kind of thinking, I don't know that I'm really excited for any of them. Like they're all kinds of things that maybe are causing a little anxiety or stress. And I would suggest maybe making yourself find something that you can do or have or that you want. Maybe it's ordering something, maybe it's giving yourself a date, by yourself date, going to maybe the museum or even just going out window shopping, and put that in your petal and give yourself something fun to anticipate, something to kind of wait on, something for you to use a little bit of patience as you kind of plan. It doesn't have to be something that costs a lot of money or takes a ton of time. And I know lots of folks here will identify with a lot of times when I need something to kind of look forward to, I will order some new markers or some stickers or some washi tape, which I did not know was a thing until I started doing Sonder Club. My husband's like, what is all this stuff for? I was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. So I saw lots of really interesting things. And I think this is kind of a fun thing to do maybe at the beginning of the month, right? You can always make your little patience flower, what's kind of happening, things that you're waiting on during the month and things that you kind of want, you're excited about, or things that you are trying to exhibit a little bit of patience. I will say, I was also talking with Bailey earlier about ordering online. And I had something that I ordered probably 2 months ago that was supposed to come in October. I just got an email today that said, oh, sorry, due to supply chain issues, blah, 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 probably won't be here till November, but here's 15% off. So you can on your next order. And I thought, okay, wait, I'm not going to order something if I haven't even got the first thing first, but it was very nice. I was like, patience, right? It's not their fault. There's lots of supply chain things, post office issues, right? So I also encourage everybody, if you do your Christmas shopping online, patience. My family, we've always done, even before COVID was a thing, we've always done what we call the picture present, because we're always very late about ordering things. So basically what it is we print out or we cut out a picture of whatever it is we ordered for the person and give them that in a card. So you might want to think about that as you're exhibiting patience and kind of thinking about how you will handle this holiday season, because it will get a little stressful. Yes, we're always waiting for like, who has the picture presents? And sometimes like one of us, like it's all picture presents for everybody because we were super late and things happen. But we all know. So now you have a new tradition you can introduce into your family. You can introduce the picture present and you can blame it on Silk and Sonder. So there you go. All right. So have you ever been stuck behind a train, right? Or I guess alongside the train, right? You come to that railroad crossing and that train just goes and goes and goes. And the train doesn't care if you're impatient. The train doesn't care what you're doing. The only thing that you can really change is your capacity to wait, right? And exhibit patience. You can't go around it. You can't go over it, right? There's nothing you can do. You just have to take a deep breath. And so really, this is kind of just illustrating the point of you really want to think about your own actions, right? And what can you do for yourself? And I got to say, I love to hear the sound of a train, right? Isn't it Paul Simon that says everybody loves to hear the sound of the train in the distance? Always sounds great, as long as you're not stuck waiting for it to get across the tracks, right? All right, so without further ado, let's get into our main event, unlocking the door. So I found 3 pretty pictures of very pretty doors, right? And you can see that one in the middle, we've already unlocked. It's open, inviting, waiting for us to come in, right? So what I want you to do is find a blank notes page, or again, a blank piece of paper, because I know some people don't like to use, they've already got plans for all their journal pages, and draw 3 rectangles, right? And you can do this portrait, landscape, however you want to put these 3 rectangles. So they're doors, right? Draw 3 doors. And what I want you to do is in each one of those doors, write down, you can write down either 3 wins, 3 things that have gone as you wanted them to go, or roses. If you've done our rosebud thorn activity before, you know, roses are those things that have gone really well, things that we were very happy about. And it can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be in this last week. It can be in the last year. It can be in the last 10 years, 20 years, whatever. And then kind of reflect and then write down how patience helped you, or maybe unlocked some opportunities for you as you went through this. So don't laugh at my very amateurish little drawings of the doors, but here's my little doors. I use little flower stickers for the little doorknobs. And so I've just got door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3. And I feel like it was that let's make a deal where you had to pick that. It's not like that, right? We're not doing that. You don't have to pick a door, right? I want you to come up with something for each door. So this is my example of things that I thought of. And at first, when I was doing this, it was kind of like, I don't know if I can think of something. I'm not sure how this is actually going to help me. But I will say, as I wrote down these 3 things, which were 3 really big things in my life, and then kind of started listing all these little things that I remembered about it, actions, behaviors, supports, it actually felt really good, right? Because these are really big accomplishments. I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit for our accomplishments, right? We're constantly, yes, but I need to do this. Yes, but now I need to move on to the next thing. That's over. I need to push myself to do this, right? So my first door was finish a half marathon. And I decided I'd done lots of 5Ks and 10Ks, and I thought next goal is going to be to do a half marathon. My husband and I bought a book on how to complete a marathon. We trained in 2007. We signed up for a half marathon in Disneyland, of course, because they have the best bling, fabulous medals when you complete, right? And so we did it, and I only made it to mile 9, and I could not. It also was a super hot day. I will say it was probably about 98 degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people didn't finish, but I was very, very frustrated. I was very angry. I felt like, why did I even try to do this? I can't believe I didn't do it. And my husband did finish, so that made me feel even worse. But I didn't give up, right? Again, it's like patience. I have time. I can do this again. This wasn't my only shot. So I found a trainer. I started doing more training with the trainer. I started getting more massages, going to the chiropractor, doing a lot of body work. And then again in 2015, so it took me a while, right? Again, patience. I was still doing the shorter routes, but I tried again in 2015. And when I got to that mile 9, I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. But there was this just amazing group of people, and they were cheering me on, and they were high-fiving, and they were clapping, and they were screaming. And I did it, right? It was certainly not the fastest half marathon anyone has ever done, but I did it, right? I achieved that goal. The next one was completing my PhD. So I'm the first generation college student. My parents did not graduate from college. My dad didn't go past 8th grade. Somehow I managed to get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and thought, sure, a PhD seems reasonable. I started the program in 2004, took my coursework. There were lots of stops and starts. There were lots of things. I was working full time, things really stressful, changed jobs a couple times. I started to feel like maybe I couldn't do it. And there is a 50% what they call ABD, all but dissertation dropout rate when people go for dissertations, right? When they do their PhD. And I got hit with you're running out of time, right? Like there's only a certain amount of time they'll let you be in the program and then you're done. So I buckled down. And then honestly, from June 2013, from January to June, I buckled down and I got it done, right? And I had the support of my husband, he was so happy when I was done. He was very, very supportive while it was happening. But afterwards he was like, yeah, you were horrible. Like, don't ever do that again. I was like, no, I only need one PhD. Support of my advisors. So all the support, right? I started thinking about the support of my family and my friends, helping make a schedule, and just really that patience, like this will happen. I want to keep doing this, right? And then my third door, and I saw somebody said they loved my third door, which is learning to knit. I actually learned from a coworker, and she started teaching a group of us. And it was one of those, I'm not sure why I even decided I thought that would be fun. But it was very, very frustrating in the beginning. I was like, this is stupid. There was a lot of swearing. There was a lot of this is stupid, which my friend who taught me likes to still remind me now since I'm such a big knit nerd. But I just had to kind of relax and take deep breaths and realize there was really no time frame with this, right? It wasn't like the dissertation issue where I had a time frame. So I did things like I bought fun yarn. I found fun patterns. I knit with friends who really encouraged me. I read blogs. I went on retreats. I took more classes. I went on YouTube, kind of listing all these things. And I definitely would say I've achieved it, but I'm still learning new techniques. It's funny because a lot of times people will say, knitting, you must be so patient. And I'm like, no, actually knitting keeps me patient, right? Because like, I am not a patient person, right? I'm the kind of person who listens to the audiobooks on like 1.5 speed because I want to hurry up and get this done, right? So again, patience with all of these 3 things. And I could probably think of more, right? So this was really kind of a fun activity for me to do. And I know I've been yapping, and hopefully you've been kind of thinking in your head. It doesn't have to be something huge. It could also be one of these doors could be something that you're working on right now. I saw somebody said that they are also working on their PhD. Let me just tell you right now, if you work on a PhD, it's kind of their whole job is to stop you, right? There's like brick walls constantly put up because you have to push, right? And so you just have to keep going, patience, perseverance, keep going. So let me stop yapping. Let me let you start writing. Hopefully you've started already a little bit, and we will see. You can share with us what you wrote in the chat. I'll leave this up in case you need some examples there. All right. Such fabulous sharing. I love this community, and everyone really rallies around. I mean, some of you have had some really tough struggles, right? Mandy lost her husband. I know there was another one of you that said that they lost their husband in January. Tough surgery. Kim tore a tendon and then didn't follow directions and then ripped it. And then while she was on her cast, she tripped and fractured her tibia, been homebound for 3 months. Woof, talk about patience, right? Like really having to realize I need to slow down, take care of myself. But she did say she started to discover those things she loved and pushed aside because she was too busy. And I think, one of the COVID could be one of those doors for us, right? And while it certainly isn't anything that any of us wanted, I think a lot of people have really taken that time, tried to use some patience, and have discovered a lot of new things, right? Discovered things that they loved. Working from home for 1.5 years, I kind of discovered my house. We've lived there for 19 years, but it was back and forth to work. We went on a lot of trips. We were gone a lot. It was just kind of the place to put our stuff. But then working from home, it was like, oh, I really noticed how the light changed throughout the seasons, right? The light during the day in the house normally was something I hadn't really noticed. I put up some fun rainbow stickers in some of the windows, and they put the little prisms all over the place. So thinking about, how do these events or how do these things really help us open the doors? Finishing that half marathon for me really opened the door of knowing that I can, with proper training, push myself to do things, right? And to be physical and athletic. Completing my PhD really opened the door. I did also get a promotion after I graduated. So that was very nice, opened some doors for me in terms of work-wise. And learning to knit really opened a huge door for another community, right? The knitting community is a fabulous and huge community. And I am actually going on a retreat this weekend with my knitting group. We go up to Winter Park every October and spend the weekend. So I hope that was helpful as you are really kind of thinking about this idea of what can patience give me. And sometimes we're not patient in the beginning, right? Sometimes we're a little more anxious than we want to be, but really writing those things down really made me see how patience can help me get the things I want if I can just, use a little patience, right? Helps me unlock that door. So we've come to the end of our time together. I wish we could stay longer. I love hearing the stories from you, getting to connect with everybody. I'm doing a lot more stage managing. So hopefully I will see you all in there. I'm doing some more, I am going to do some more facilitating. So you'll get to see my face again. Which now is all hot because it's hot in the room because I have the door shut. So please make sure, if you haven't already, download the app. Thank you, Carolyn. Or is it Carolina? I'm not sure how to pronounce, you have to read. So make sure that you've downloaded the app. Keep an eye out for our newsletters. And then here's the QR code that you can scan to take the survey. Bailey, I think, is popping some of that in the chat so that you can do that. Please, please, please give us any feedback, things you would like to see, things you want, things you wish we had more of. And because we do listen, right? These are all a result of things that you have asked, right? Carolina, excellent. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming tonight. I hope you continue to unlock your doors with patience as we start to get ready to go into the next month. But I do also like to say, let's, stay in the moment. Yes, we can anticipate next month, but let's stay. We still have many days left in this month. So have a fabulous evening. And I will leave you with my love opening the door for you.
When people keep repeating that you'll never fall in love, when everybody keeps repeating That's my love. Let my love